We're coming at you today with an egg dish, but it's probably unlike any you've ever seen before. A new spin, you're probably getting tired of eggs. We get that comment all the time. We're gonna take it up a notch. So what we're making today is, it's like an egg bake with onions and cheese and just like a lot of flavors. We're gonna use pork rinds to get like a nice crispy topping that mixes with the cheese and just like some Italian flavors. So we got the oven preheating to 450 degrees. We have a cast iron skillet right here. This is where it's all gonna go down. And we are gonna heat this on medium-high heat. And to that, we are gonna get 4 tablespoons of butter melting. This is going to just be the foundation of flavor. We got the oven preheating, because this is gonna go in the oven once we get stuff going down in the pan first. So while that butter is melting, we are gonna quickly get half an onion in slices, like pretty big slices. If you're not into onions, you can leave this out. All of the carbs basically in this dish are coming from the onion, and you really want to caramelize these onions. We're going to put these in there for like 5 to 10 minutes until they really get translucent and caramelized and delicious. And we're going to liberally season with salt and pepper. One thing that can really up your cooking, your flavors you get going on, is like most people when they start cooking, they just make something and then they season it at the end, or maybe they season the meat before they cook it. But if you're seasoning every element, and then you're combining a bunch of well-seasoned, delicious things, the final product is always tastier. In the meantime, we're gonna be working on the crispy, cheesy topping, basically where most of the flavor is in this dish. So we're gonna use pork rinds to get that crispiness. 2 ounces, 1 cup of crushed pork rinds. And you can food processor this if you want. I usually just smash it. Okay, so pork rinds, pretty crumbly. And then what we're gonna also work with here is 3 types of cheeses, because we're going for crazy flavor. But if you guys just want to use 1 type, that's fine too. We have mozzarella, the boring guy. We have Asiago, the exotic, spicy best friend who's gonna sleep with your girl. And then we have Parmesan cheese, the fake aristocrat of cheese. Everyone like thinks Parmesan's really fancy. It's not that fancy. So we're just gonna take these 3 cheeses, add them to the pork rind mixture. Mix that around just so you have an even mix of all 4 elements. Onions, still being a little stubborn over here. They're not really fully cooked yet. We're gonna give those a few more minutes and we'll start forming this dish. So we're gonna take half of this mixture, put it in with the onions, let it melt, get a good base layer going. So let that melt for like a minute or 2. And what we're gonna do, as it's melting, form some pockets for the eggs. Each egg is gonna need its own little pocket. Let's just do 6, okay, fine. Okay, so the base layer is formed, it's pretty solid, cheese is melting, pork rinds are, just being pork rinds still basically. And we're gonna crack 6 eggs in here. Stay in there. And what this is gonna do is like the white is gonna set from the heat of the pan, but the yolk, you can see it's nice and protected. We're going for runny yolks here. Okay, turn off the heat. Take the rest of your mixture, go all over the top. Whoa. And then lastly is we're just gonna add a little bit of Italian flavor to it. So we're gonna do garlic powder, we're gonna do oregano and some red pepper flakes. Just a light little dusting of garlic powder. I like to go heavy on the oregano because it also looks good. It makes it look more appetizing. And there it is. Now the oven, it's heated to 450 degrees. We're gonna put this in for 5 minutes, check on it, and then if you don't like the crispiness of the topping, we're gonna do broil for a minute or 2. It's been 5 minutes. Let's check on this. Is it crispy enough for my liking? No, it is not. So I'm gonna do broil briefly. Now this is gonna cook the yolks, so you don't wanna go too overboard with the broil. Let's do 1 minute.
You see her?
Yeah. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Yolks seem like they're cooked perfectly, and you do actually get, the bigger chunks are quite crunchy. Wow, this is thick too. Look at that. Serve that up to your guest. Let's get in here, do a quick yolk check. Yolks are overdone. I messed it up a little. It's disappointing, but it'll still taste really good. Crazy flavors. If you've ever had a baked mac and cheese where they put the breadcrumbs and like Italian seasonings on top and is really hard and crispy. It's kind of like that. Like you make eggs and bacon all the time, throw this on for the family. You cook it all in one pan. It's pretty nice. I think everyone will like it. They'll be impressed. One pan brunch for the family. Give this a try. The link to how to make it, all the ingredients and everything is in the description of this video. Thanks for watching.